everyone. My name is Jareth, and today I'm going to take you along with me and show you how I fertilize my fruit trees. Technically, according to LSU Ag, they say you should use 888 fertilizer, but today I'm using 1313. That's what I normally use to fertilize the fruit trees. So, the importance of fertilizing the fruit trees is in between the end of January and February. You want to fertilize your trees so they can produce maximum fruit for you. Every year, have you ever heard of those people that say, my tree, it produced so good last year, but this year it didn't produce very much at all? So far, I have not had that trouble because I make sure I give the right amount of fertilizer to the trees. So how much fertilizer should you put on your tree? According to LSU Agriculture, you're supposed to give 1 pint of fertilizer per age of the tree, but do not exceed more than 8 years old. So you would stop at that. How do you fertilize the tree? You're going to take your longest branch of your tree and you stretch it out. And then I take my shovel. I'll take a shovel like this. So I'm going to, the tree's about right here. So what I'll do is take this shovel and I'm going to push a hole in the ground. So I'm going to take this. Ooh, it's hard. And I'm going to go down into the ground. And then I'm going to push my shovel back like that. And I'm going to add it to it. Down into where I put my shovel at. And then I just pull my shovel out of the ground, and I'll just finish raking this back into the ground. And then I just cover it back up. And then so I'll move to another spot. So on this tree, I'm only going to put 8 pints of fertilizer because this tree is well over 8 years old. This tree is probably, I'm not quite sure, 12, 13 years old. That's what I'm guessing. It's an old satsuma tree. So let me get finished putting this around the tree. Then we'll move to the next tree. Be careful and don't break your shovel. And for those of you that don't know what the 1313 means on the fertilizer, it stands for nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. That's your amount that you have in there. It seems like a lot of fertilizer, guys, but if you go to the end of the branches and put it in, you'll be fine because I do my trees every year. This is a blueberry bush. Now this bush is probably, I don't know, if I have to take a guess, it's probably 6, 7 years old. They produce lots of blueberries every year too. This tree right here is an apple tree. It had a couple little apples on it, it's not that very old. It's not 8 years old, so I would say it's about 5 years old. So I'm going to work my way around all these fruit trees that I got here. If you can see, I have the apple tree here. I have a pawpaw back here that's beside my greenhouse. Now this pawpaw did produce one fruit on it, and I waited, you know, until it got ripe, and so it was almost ripe, and just when I was going to get it, I come out here to check, and guess what? The squirrels beat me to it. So this year, I've never ate a pawpaw fruit, so I definitely want to eat that. So this year, I think what I'm going to do is put like a little mesh bag over the fruit. See if that works, you know. I don't know if it works. If you have any idea what I could do, let me know. And leave me a comment down below. But I definitely want some pawpaws this year. And I got 2 pear trees, and I got another apple tree, I got a lemon tree, and a plum tree back there. I got another blueberry tree over here, and I've got a pomegranate tree over here. Now this is the thing, my pomegranate tree has never produced fruit. It had one little pomegranate that ended up falling off. So I've never ate or got fruit off this pomegranate tree. So I've been doing some research on it, and it said that the new growth on the tree is what produces the fruit. So it said if your tree hasn't produced fruit, you know, and it's an older tree, they suggested trimming it off, the top of it off. And so the branches can produce new growth, and maybe that would help. They claim maybe a lack of pollinators, but we have plenty of pollinators around here. You can come out here and bees is just flying like crazy. So I think it's because the tree of the new growth is what I really think it is. So I'm going to try that this year. You know, hey, if the tree dies, so be it. It ain't done nothing anyway, and I've been fertilizing it and taking care of it for years now, because that pomegranate tree is probably 11 years old, and it has not produced fruit. Well, it had that one little fruit, and you couldn't even eat it. It was like deformed or something. So if you have any ideas about pomegranate, please leave me a comment down below. I also have an avocado tree that has not produced. Last year, I put nitrogen to it, and I said, kill it or die, produce or die. But it made it through. I don't know what I'm going to do with that tree. And I've got a huge fig tree. So I got this fig tree. I've took clippings off. I'm going to take you in my greenhouse in a little bit and show you the seeds and stuff that I've got planted. Well, I took 3 clippings off this fig tree, and I've got them in a pot rooting. So my plan and goal with that fig tree was I was going to plant it in my chicken pen. That way the fruit can fall and the chickens can have their own fruit that's produced from that tree. And then I got to reading about it. It said that the leaves on the fig tree were poisonous to the chickens. And kind of like when you get the fig juice on you, it leaves the rash and stuff. They said it was not good for the chickens. So I've known people that had fig trees in their chicken pens, and they said the fig trees did extremely well in there. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I should plant the fig tree in the chicken pen or what? Got all my fruit trees fertilized. Yes, my face is red. I'm tired. So now let's go inside the greenhouse and check on the seeds and see what's sprouting and what's coming up and what do we have there. We also need to water them because it's very important to keep your soil moist when your seeds are sprouting. So come on, let's go. The greenhouse, and this is where I'm starting my seeds. I have my trays on heat mats, and then I also have a heat light above, up here, you know, to help keep them warm. So let's take a closer look at them. As you can see here, I have some onions sprouts that are coming up, and you can see how my soil right here is a little dry and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and water these plants. You want to keep these. Over here you can see I've got some flowers that has sprouted up. Now these over here, this is like a Pacific mix. It's all different colors. And this right here is some wild carrots that I have. They have not sprouted up yet, but these, the Pacific mix, has sprouted up. So I like to plant flowers in my garden, in my beds and stuff, as pollinators to help. Right here I took 3 clippings off of my fig tree, and I have those sprouting, and those are the ones that I was going to plant in my chicken pen. So let me know what y'all think. Right here is my pepper plants. If you look right here, I got one little pepper plant that sprouted up. And this is not a Pinot right here that sprouted. So I'm going to moist these back down, wet, and hopefully the rest of them will be coming up soon. Oh, I have one right here. It's a tiny little bitty one. And it is thyme, guys. It's got 2 little sprouts in there. Over here, I got some asparagus that has not sprouted yet. I am going to be planting some more asparagus because I'll show you my bed in a little bit. The grass is taking over, but I'm going to try something new with the asparagus bed. So let me get these watered. This is my eucalyptus plant. It is doing so good. Mosquitoes. How y'all like my audience? I've already fed them, but they think I'm going to give them something else. About to take over. I'm I'm going to go ahead and get this done, and then I'll show you what's going to happen next. This is my asparagus bed. The grass has taken over it. I have had a hard time with working this asparagus bed, trying to keep up, you know, because if you miss, that's it. But guys, I'm going to clean all this grass out, and then what I'm going to do is take sawdust, and I'm going to put sawdust down. It will allow the new shoots of the asparagus to come through, but it kills out the grass for some reason. I'm not sure how it does that, but it does. And they said that you need to put down a nitrogen source down because sawdust needs nitrogen to decompose and break down. So if you don't put a nitrogen source down and you just throw the sawdust in, what it will do is pull all the nitrogen out of your soil, and then your plants will die because they're not getting fed properly. So in order to prevent that, you need to put down a nitrogen source before you put the sawdust down as a covering. I've never seen it done before. You know, I've been told that it can kill your plants and stuff, but I read up on it, did a little research, and they said that the reason why your plants die is because of the sawdust pulls the nitrogen from the soil. So, but if you put the source down, they claim it should be okay. But I'm going to try it because they said it's one way to control the grass in your asparagus bed. So if you've ever heard of that, leave me a comment down below. I know I've asked y'all 1,000 things today, but I appreciate all y'all's advice. And guys, I just want to let you know the best thing you can do to help our channel is share our videos out. We appreciate it. We love y'all watching. We love y'all leaving comments. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And thank y'all, and God bless. And I'm going to catch you on the next one.